Hello, it's Stillmain Dave again from CheapWineFinder.com. And we have every couple days we talk about usually a value-priced wines of value of some sort. Sometimes because they're inexpensive, sometimes they cost a little bit, and they're really, really good. And this one is different. What do we got here? I'm going to grab the bottle. The name is short, so I don't need to tell you too much. Tabor Hill Blueberry Demi-Sec. It's a Michigan wine. I'm from Chicago, so everybody in Chicago is very familiar with Southwest Michigan. You know, you get fruit year-round nowadays, but in the fall, Southwest Michigan is where you get the fresh. I mean, the stores, they pick them in the morning, and you get them in the afternoon. You get cherries and peaches and pears and strawberries. Everything comes from Michigan at that point. And there's, on the eastern shore of Lake Michigan, all the way up fairly far north, are vineyards, grape vineyards. And they have kind of a good thing going there. They're all kind of boutique wineries, and a lot of the wines are hybrid grapes and German grapes that have shorter growing seasons, so it kind of fits their climate. But there's also Bordeaux grapes and Burgundy grapes there, and they're doing a good thing. They're just more boutique kind of wineries, so it doesn't go out nationwide, but there's a lot of impressive Michigan wineries. And this is Tabor Hill. They've been around for 50 years. And what is cool about this blueberry Demi-Sec, and Demi-Sec is like half sweet. It's not all the way to sweetness. It's not dry. It's halfway to sweetness. It's a sweet wine. Is that it's a mix of their white wine, which is also a Demi-Sec, grape wine, and it has Gewürztraminer and Riesling and the hybrid grapes made to be hardy and grow well in a short growing season. With blueberry wine. One of the things about fruit wines that is different from grape wines is acidity. Grapes have a high level of acidity in the grapes, and that is an essential component to making wine. And blueberries are like of the fruit that you could make wine with, have the highest acidity level. And since it's a blend of a white wine, a white grape wine, and blueberries, you don't have the acidity problem that you might get with wine, fruit wine. Because sometimes if it's too sweet, and this is Demi-Sec, it's not, like I said, not all the way to sweetness. I'm going to take a sip. It's kind of a tasty little wine here. Too much fruit, too much sugar in there without balancing acidity can make it almost like drinking candy. You want it to be balanced. You want it, you don't want it to be like biting into a sugar plum or something. You want it to be like biting into a ripe peach or a ripe pear, or in this case, blueberry. You want that nectar sweetness. And, you never think sugary when you bite into ripe fruit. You think of tasting good, which is a good thing for wine. So you got this kind of, the typical white Michigan wine where it's all the hybrid varieties, the German varieties, little sweet, but tasty, because they've been doing it for, I think, 50 years. It's not like they're new kids on the block. And you got this blueberry wine, and I'm seeing more and more fruit wines on the shelf. And it's starting to be a thing, and it's like watermelon wines and strawberry wines. But as it turns out, blueberry is the berry for fruit. I mean, for wine, you want to go with blueberries. It's got the acidity, and it's got the flavor. And when I first started, when I was thinking about it and writing about it and researching what fruit wine is, I'm gonna take another sip. It's actually good. I figured this was going to be like the perfect wine to have, comfort food. to have a slice of blueberry pie or even chocolate cake, because blueberries will go with chocolate very well. And it will. I'm not saying it won't, but this is like put a chill on it and sit out by the pool kind of wine, or on the balcony. This is late night watching Netflix kind of wine. It's got the kind of acidity that is almost to the point where it's beckoning you to take a second sip. It's kind of nice. I like that, especially the inexpensive white wines. This is half a white wine. That is a really attractive acidity for me. And it's got that, and it's got the, it's sweet. It's got the candy-ish type of flavors going on, but like I said, they're balanced by the acidity, so the candy does taste good. So it is kind of a fun to drink wine that I wasn't expecting. Now, Tabor Hills in Buchanan, Michigan, you're probably not going to find it in your store shelves. I left links to look for it in the review on cheapwinefighter.com. But it's a tasty fruit wine, and not exactly a fruit wine, because it's also a tasty Michigan white wine with that, and it's good. So that's it for me. And I'll talk to everybody later. Keep cool, be safe, and keep it cheap. Bye-bye.